When you stop trying to force yourself into someone else's system and start creating one around your design, you start to create work you don't need to escape from at the end of the day. Hello and welcome to Rebel to Rise, where business meets human design. I'm Erin Hines, your darn good business coach, here to help you break the rules, trust your instincts, and own your brilliance unapologetically. In this space, we blend the power of human design with real-world business strategy so you can ditch the shoulds, embrace your true self, and create a life and career that lights you up every single day. Ready to rebel, rise, and redefine success on your terms? Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome back. I am excited today because we're going into the second part of the triple threat to sustainable growth. Now, if you haven't listened to part 1 yet, go back and start there, because that is the episode I laid the foundation for everything we're diving into today. We talked about what I call the triple threat to sustainable growth, which is expanding your capacity, building a line strategy, and leading yourself unapologetically. And not just for the sake of growth, but so you could actually build a business your nervous system can handle. One that doesn't constantly have you on the edge of burnout, wondering how much longer you could keep going like this. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to move into the how-to, because once you understand what's been draining you, the next step is learning how to recalibrate. Not by burning everything down or starting from scratch, but by making small, incremental shifts that bring you back to center. So I'm going to walk you through my favorite grounding tools that expand your capacity, strategy shifts that actually work for you and not against you, and the kind of self-leadership that makes it all sustainable. So let's get into it. I want to start by giving you some tools on how to address the root cause of your burnout, overwhelm, and exhaustion. I'm talking about how to expand your capacity. Now, when I say expand your capacity, I don't mean you have to drop everything, like take a sabbatical, meditate for an hour a day, or suddenly become a yoga person who's never stressed. And if that's your vibe, that's amazing. But for most of us, we need tools that actually fit into the rhythm of our lives and our busy schedules. These aren't just wellness practices, these are CEO tools. Because your ability to lead, make decisions, hold clients, and grow your business depends on your capacity to handle what life throws at you and your ability to stay grounded when things get hard. The more grounded you are, the more you'll be able to handle with ease. So here are a few of my favorite grounding tools that you could start using today. They are super simple, so don't feel intimidated. The first is breathe before responding. And I'm serious. Take one breath before responding to anything. Email, Slack message, client request, even your own inner voice. One deep breath puts you back in the driver's seat. And it sounds so small, but it shifts you from reaction to an intentional response. And if you have time, take a few deep breaths. But just simply one deep breath in and deep breath out can change so much for your capacity to handle more. My second tool is ground yourself through your body. We are not necessarily taught to tap into our body. We were taught to spend all of our times in our heads, and sometimes we might even forget we have a body. So when you feel overwhelmed, bring your awareness to the bottom of your feet, or press your hands against your desk. Or if you have a moment, go step outside for 60 seconds and feel the fresh air on your skin. Tapping into your body is the fastest way to anchor your energy and bring yourself back to the present moment. The third tool is micro moments of regulation. You by no means need an hour-long meditation practice. You need 30 seconds of intentional presence. Play a song that calms your nervous system. Light a candle before a client call. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and breathe. These tiny practices send super powerful signals to your body that we're safe. We've got this. And the more often you practice this, the more capacity you will build and feel the power that you're able to take on anything that life throws at you. The fourth tool is name what's happening. From my personal experience and a lot of the burnout that I see, it comes from stuffing our feelings down or pretending we're fine when we're really not. So grab a journal or your notes app on your phone and write out, here's what I'm feeling now, here's what I need, and here's what I can let go of. Naming your experience can instantly shift the pressure and reconnect you to your power. Getting it out of your head somehow tells your brain to stop dwelling on it and lets it go. And the last tool is water resets everything. And this one's an odd one, and it might sound simple, but it is magic. Drink a glass of water, hot or cold. Wash your face, take a shower, do something with water. Even just washing your hands. Water moves energy. And it's one of the fastest ways to shift your state and release the buildup of stress. And now, these might seem too simple, but they're huge energetic recalibrations. So many of the people I work with, and myself included, we are taught to just push, go, go, go. And when you take 10 seconds, 30 seconds, it doesn't have to be a huge amount of time, but when you take that time to tap in, recalibrate a little bit, it makes a huge difference in your day-to-day. These tools help your subconscious mind move from survival mode to feeling safe. Because the more that you're in your body, actually feeling into your body, the safer you'll feel. And when you feel safe, you feel more in control, and you start responding instead of reacting to what life throws at you. You could handle more. You could show up more intentionally. You could take bolder actions without burning out. Now I want to shift gears and talk about strategy, but not the kind that piles more onto your already full plate. I'm talking about simplifying and stripping back so that the strategy serves you instead of pulling you further down the hole. Because too often, I think strategy gets weaponized. It becomes a checklist of, I should do that because it sounds smart in theory, or that's what I've been taught. But those draining tasks pull you away from your zone of genius, where you thrive, and they turn work into a job that you secretly start to resent. Here are a few simple but super powerful strategy shifts that can reduce the overwhelm you've been feeling and help you build from a more sustainable place. First, choose consistency over complexity. You don't need 12 offers, 4 platforms, and a 37-step funnel. You need one aligned offer, a clear message, and a repeatable way people can find you. Simplify your ecosystem so every part of your business is rowing in the same direction. Next, design for how you actually work best. And yes, this taps into human design. So if you're a manifesting generator, stop trying to force yourself into a linear launch plan. If you're a projector, bake rest into your schedule and make it a non-negotiable. If you're a generator like me, build in response points so your strategy feels like play and not pressure. If you're a manifester, when you get an idea or motivation, don't question it, just go with it. And if you're a reflector, make sure your environment is energizing and not draining you. When you build your business around your actual energy, how it wants to naturally flow and be expressed, everything gets easier. That's why human design isn't just a personal growth tool, it's a business superpower. Third point I want to make to you is create systems that support your energy. Systems aren't just for scaling, they're for your sanity. Where could you automate, create templates, or delegate to free up mental space? The more systems and structure you have, the more it supports you. It is meant to give you more freedom so you're not constantly reinventing the wheel. Think of your systems as energetic boundaries. They protect your creativity and keep you from spiraling in decision fatigue or in a million directions. Systems help you stay focused on what matters most. Fourth, I want you to start focusing on what actually moves the needle. Just because something works for one person does not mean it's working for you. Start asking, do I actually enjoy this? And is this getting me closer to the life and business I actually want? And if it's not, let it go. It's not meant for you, and trust that the right thing will come your way. Aligned strategy isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things for your goals and doing it in a way that's best for you and not someone else. And lastly, give yourself permission to experiment. I love experimenting. And strategy should feel like a sandbox and not a straitjacket. I don't want you to feel constrained by strategy. A well-designed strategy should give you the freedom to move how you want and not hold you back. So try things, adjust, learn what energizes you and what doesn't. There's no right way, just the way that works for you. And the more you think of strategy as an experiment, the less pressure you'll feel to be perfect, and the more space you give your curiosity and creativity to take over. And that means you'll be having more fun, and the more fun you have, the more fun your work becomes. One thing I want to mention is that, from my experience, a lot of business advice skips telling you that strategy isn't what actually creates sustainability. Recalibrating to what is best for you creates sustainability. When you stop trying to force yourself into someone else's system and start creating one around your design, you start to create work that you don't need to escape from at the end of the day. Everything I've talked about so far, expand your capacity in building aligned strategy, all comes back to one thing. You leading you. Unapologetic self-leadership means making decisions that honor what's right for you, even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one else understands, even when every part of you wants to slip back into old patterns because it's easier. It's about tuning out the outside noise. It's about holding your vision when things feel uncertain. It's saying no without guilt. It's about trusting your gut before anyone else's opinion. Because if you don't lead yourself, you'll always be waiting for someone else to tell you it's okay to do things. You'll be waiting for permission, but no one is coming. And honestly, you don't need them. You already know what you want. You already know how to work best. You already have the wisdom. It's just been buried under years of shoulds, expectations, and performative success. But that wisdom is in you. Self-leadership is about reconnecting to who you are, who you know deep down you're capable of being. And it's what some like to call your highest self. Self-leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about showing up for yourself again and again, and especially when it's easier to check out or conform to expectations. Choose yourself. And if no one's told you lately, you're allowed to do things your way. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to stop pretending everything's fine when it's not. And you're allowed to start over from a place that actually feels deeply satisfying. It's not about being selfish and putting yourself first. It's about you setting your boundaries and trusting that the right opportunities will come your way. And when you're doing what you love, everyone around you will feel it and they'll benefit from it. That is what leadership is. That's what creates sustainable growth, the more lit up and excited you are. And not just in your business, the more that you get to grow and have the life that you deeply desire. If this episode resonated with you, if it made you pause, take a breath, or rethink how you've been showing up, share it. Send it to a friend, a fellow business owner, a fellow leader, or someone who needs to hear that they're not broken. They're just ready to lead differently. And if you've been loving this podcast, it would mean the world to me if you left a quick review or rating. That's how this work reaches more people who are craving a more sustainable, satisfying way to lead. And hey, if anything from today's episode hit home, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your takeaways, or what shift you're making after listening. You could DM me on Instagram or leave a comment wherever you're tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this work, because together we're going to change the world. Keep rebelling, keep rising. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Rebel to Rise, where business meets human design. I hope you feel inspired to break free from those shoulds in your life and trust your inner compass as you create a life and business that truly lights you up. Remember, every day is a chance to rebel against the ordinary and rise into your authentic power. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow rebel who's ready to lead their lives unapologetically. Until next time, keep trusting your intuition, keep breaking the rules, and most importantly, keep rising.